Welcome back, you guys. This is our new podcast. We're super excited to be launching this. Tori, tell them what it's about.
What's up, guys? I'm Tori, Doublecup. So this podcast is going to be about music, lifestyle, fashion, and current events. And we're going to bring different people onto this podcast, different people that are in these different industries, lots of interesting people that will give you a lot of insight on different things, and just this is going to be mad interesting.
Yeah,
like just in general,
I'm excited
like
for the
a fun podcast.
Because we were talking about who it's going to be.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about our backgrounds a little bit. So we're both from Massachusetts. I'm specifically from Springfield, Mass. I have a podcast called Organized Sound on YouTube. Go check that out. I was interviewing a lot of up-and-coming artists out of the Western Massachusetts area for the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. And what's your background, Tori?
And other people, too.
Oh, yeah. I was in New York. I was in Connecticut.
Everything. He interviewed me, too.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, my background, I'm from Revere, Mass, 15 minutes north of Boston, and I'm a DJ. And I also used to throw artist showcases in Boston, which I hope to throw out here, too. I am a little bit in the fashion industry as well. I went to school for fashion merchandising, and I hope to get into styling more that I'm in LA, because there's so many opportunities. So definitely trying to tap into that and, just see where it goes. Lots of different things to do out here. You never know what you're going to do,
That's
literally.
So true. So we were talking about music. What have you been listening to lately?
I've been listening to a lot of different things. I've been honestly listening to a lot of throwbacks, but also, the new Cardi album, which at first I was like,
what are your feelings?
At first I was back home and I just didn't have a big speaker to like bump it on, and I was like, this is good, music. It was good, but I was like kind of expecting a little more, because like I just heard all these like leaks, like when Cardi was leaking all this shit, I was spinning all these leaked songs, and like they were just off the rip like crazy fire. But then when I got back to LA, I bumped this album, and I'm like, all right, like this is really fucking dope. Like the way he kind of mixed rock into it too, like I really appreciated that. So I've been listening to that a lot. I've been listening to YNJ a lot. I love like how fucking goofy he is. Like, I don't know, I just like artists that show a little bit of their personality with their music and like their ad libs and stuff. So he's been like dropping I don't even know, like every day I always get a notification. Yeah, he's like newer. Like his song like Coochie Scout came out like earlier this year, and mad people were doing TikToks to his music.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
And now I'm just like, damn, like he's really fire. Like he drops videos and like everything. Like he's very consistent. And I've been bumping him a lot, like heavy.
Dope. Okay, what
How about you?
Listening to a Cardi album for sure. For sure grew on me. Like that Sky Over, I Love You, I Hate You moment at the end. Mm-hmm. Such a vibe. Mm-hmm. What do I like right now? I was looking at some of Snot's new videos. He's been going very hard. Obviously, he had that breakout year, a lot of like Lyrical Lemonade stuff. And then I watched this Patrick CC video about how he is kind of this SoundCloud kid who started in 2016 and like just stayed really consistent. Yeah. And was able to have his moment and was able to have things come around for him. Dope. So I really appreciate that, and he's actually doing a lot of new music with Internet Money.
Oh,
so they're doing a lot of studio
Internet
sessions
Money's
like
on fire right now, for real.
Yeah, they're doing their thing, and it's such a cool concept.
I heard they're making a Lemonade too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Same
That's going to be their next
remix?
like hit. I don't even know. I just one of the producers, I think it's Taz Taylor, that tweeted it. But he was saying how they're going to make a part 2. That's going to be their next, like, hit.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
That'll be dope. Because Lemonade was really dope. The video was awesome.
A lot of people, right. I'd say a lot of people felt that was, like, one of their favorite songs of the year.
And it was cool. They did that with Cole Bennett, too.
Yeah.
Like, Lyrical Lemonade and shit.
That's a great
that
point.
was really cool.
I feel like music now the collab is so important. Let's get the awesome videographer. Let's get the awesome beat from like the Awesome Beat Collective.
Yeah.
Let's get like the awesome artist, and let's get like a baller feature.
Hell
and,
yeah.
Like it all works together. So yeah, music is so collaborative and such like a project. But I want to talk about celebrity crushes. Because we made it to LA.
I know. If like we literally could bump into our celebrity crush, like at any moment we can bump people. To our celebrity crush.
Okay, so who are you trying to bump into? Literally bump into.
Brent Faiyaz.
Okay.
I am obsessed. Like I started listening to him like last November, which like he was still pretty low key at that time, but not that low key. Like people were like already like pretty tapped in with him. And I'm more like hardcore hip hop, like that's what I listen to. And like this past year, 2020, I definitely tried to expand my music horizons, and like I got into Brent, and he was just so like, just his voice is just so beautiful, just so calming.
How would you describe his genre?
I would say he's like R&B.
Okay, but like R&B fusion to the point
R&B
where it's like
fusion. It's like a fusion
R&B.
because he's not like wicked. Like I don't know. When I think of R&B, I think of very like lovey-dovey, very like soft and like I don't know, like not really, maybe sexual for sure, but like I feel like he puts more like some of his lyrics are just so like grimy in a way. Not grimy, but like if you ain't nasty, don't at me. You know, like you wouldn't really hear that in an R&B song. Like some of his lyrics are just like more like hip hop lyrics. So like I like the way like he makes his music. It's different from like other R&B artists in a way. And like just his beats, his visuals, like his visuals are fucking beautiful, like insane videos always.
That's so important.
And like I feel like he's just very like true to himself. Like he's not one of those celebrities that you see everywhere. Like he barely even posts on social media. Like he's very low key, which I appreciate that shit because
if you're going to make like sexy music,
he's definitely mysterious, and like I just want to like pick his brain and like see what he's like in person. Like I don't know, he's dope.
Okay,
and he also has like
I know what
crew
he looks like
too. Like he has his crew Sonder, and like I don't know if he has like his own videographers too, but I know he has like his producers and stuff that he works like closely with.
Okay, so he goes around in a unit.
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It's beautiful.
My celebrity crush would have to be Pia Mia, who we were talking about. Pop star, has that huge song, Did It Again, 2016. You were talking about like seeing her in like Kylie
I
Jenner
used
vlogs.
to follow her like back in the day, like probably like even earlier than before 2016, like before she made music really at all. Like she was just like this cute blonde girl, and like I don't know, I just followed her on Instagram. She was friends with Kylie Jenner. Like I would see them hanging out, and that's kind of how I followed her.
Did you see the video of her at dinner at the Kardashian house, like singing in front of like Drake and like Kris Jenner, and I think there was maybe one more rapper. But that's a classic video. But anyway, she kind of had this little like dip. The label wasn't really rocking with her all the way. Yeah. And she kind of she was leaning in heavily on like the influencer type thing and doing a little less of the music type thing. But she just signed a new deal. I forget who it's with. But she's got this new song, Hot, that I really like, featuring Sean Paul and Flo Milli.
Oh, dope.
And I believe in her. Like she already has all the resources. And like, she has the track record. Like I think she's gonna make a huge
and she's
comeback.
like clearly taking it serious. Like if she didn't give up, like after like the troubles she went through, you know, like I really like respect that. Like even you were saying with Snot. Like, you know, like some artists will make music for so long and maybe just like give up because they're not getting enough attention, or like they're not feeling rewarded by it, so they might just give up. Like that's with anything in life when people are starting something new, and like, you know, like you just have to keep going and growing and like finding your sounds. Like never give up if like you have that real passion, you know? So that's dope because clearly she's not doing it for money either. Like she has money already. So, you know, you could see she has a real passion for it. I gotta check her out. Her new stuff.
I'm gonna send you her new stuff. Okay, I think this is a good time to get into New Year's resolutions. We're talking about passion. We're talking about all these things.
Yeah.
And we have our little note cards here.
2021 is gonna be a great year, guys. 2020 was crazy. Like for me, it was. I grew a lot. I learned a lot. I moved to LA. Like for me, it was pretty good. But you know, like it was a fucking crazy year. Like in general, it was just crazy. It was bad for a lot of people and. I think this year, like, we have to just, like, be open to it being a great year, even though COVID's still going on, you know, like, everything's still kind of going on the same, but, like, we have to have more hope and positivity that things will get better, or else we're just going to sit in it and just be miserable. So keep living your life, like, you know, go for a walk, go outside, get some fresh air, like... You know, there's a lot of things to look forward to. Things will open back up soon. Like,
I'm so optimistic.
You know, like
you have no idea. I'm so optimistic.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so let's maybe go back and forth a little bit.
Okay.
So my first one is book a show on the East Coast and West Coast. So I've never booked a show. Mm-hmm. There's a so dope venue in Connecticut called the Webster Underground, and it's like a 300 cap.
I went there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to a show there, but something happened. Literally, like,
It'd be like
G Herbo's DJ. Like, I met him before, and he invited me to go to the show. So me and all my friends pulled up, and we got to the door, and they're like, you're not on the list, and we're like.
Damn.
We just drove all the way to Connecticut.
That's
like,
far for you.
We drove like an hour and a half to 2 hours to go to this, and we didn't even go. But it looked cool and like mad, like old school, like the sign on the outside. Like it looked pretty old school. It's also a little
ghetto, like
The area was not very.
I want to book. I'll manifest it right now. I want to book Lil Got It over there.
Ooh,
I really
okay.
Want to him and do that show because Got It had like
I love Lil Got It.
A lot of people in Springfield, especially, rock with him, and then Connecticut just has like a lot of little colleges in and around there. So that's the place to do like a cool little show with him, and then. West Coast, I'm still checking out. I don't know the venues as well and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like out here, like, it's better to even do, like, a warehouse party. You don't even need a venue.
Yeah,
There's so many dope warehouses that you can throw events at out here, which is beautiful.
So what's one on your list?
One on mine is to DJ in another country.
That's such a good one.
And I already, like... may have a lead for that. Okay. My friend Sterling, he has a magazine and a radio show back in Boston, and he used to live in Brazil, and he has like a whole like friend group out there. He used to live with like a bunch of DJs. He's a DJ as well. And he was just telling me how next October they're going to throw a big event. He's definitely going out there, and he was like, yeah, I can like reach out to them and let them know about it. So I'm going to be on him about that because DJing in Brazil would be insane. And yeah, like honestly, like I just dropped this mix. It's like more of like a house electronic music mix.
On the SoundCloud, right?
Yeah, this is on Sound Transition SoundCloud. They're a label based in Seattle, but they have like a following from worldwide. Like, you know, like house and electronic music is something like people in other countries, it's way bigger, like out there and like Europe and stuff. Like even like
stuff going on here too.
South
like,
America, like other places.
Those parties are still happening right now.
They're happening. But like, dude, like I would love to just dip and go freaking DJ in another country.
That would be insane.
I think that would be so dope.
Okay, so now let me do another one. This one is so out of left field. I want to get into computer science and machine learning, which is just something I've been learning about. So I have a friend that works over at Spotify, and basically he's like a computer programmer working on the algorithm that tells people gives them their song recommendations and stuff. And so
dude, Spotify is so good with that.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like lately, even like my songs blend together. Like somebody was like, "Are you playing a mix?" I'm like, "No, this is my Spotify." Like literally a playlist that I put together, or sometimes it's not even a playlist. Sometimes it will be like just a shuffle of all my music and it just blends together. It's insane. Right, like no other app has that algorithm.
They're at the forefront for sure.
They really are.
So, I've been looking up some stuff on that of just like
what would you have to do, like a whole program or?
Yeah, so there's a great resource called FREQcodecamp.org where I'd kind of get the base of computer science type stuff, and then there's a very famous Stanford course taught by this guy named Andrew Ng, and he has like an online course offshoot of it called on this education platform called Coursera. So, you know, that's maybe more of a 5-year goal, to be honest, because it's a whole lot. But I'm at the early stages of checking all that type of stuff.
That's awesome. Further your education.
Always learning.
Hell yeah, always learning.
Because aren't you like learning something new every year?
Every day. Every day. Like literally every day, like you can learn something new, you know?
And it's super important.
You always got to keep your mind open too to like learning new things. Like when somebody's trying to tell you something and like you're like, no, like I don't believe that or whatever, like, you know, it makes you think a little more. Like you can change your perspective.
Why
like
not? You're right.
Little things. I'm actually like learning how to make beats. That's one of my goals on here is to like really find my sound, because like I don't know, I don't want to just like get into it and just make beats and just be like, here's my beats. Like I want to actually have a sound. Like I want people to hear my beats and be like, that's a Tori Doublecup's beat right there, you know? So I'm definitely like taking my time on it. I started doing this like last year, but I'm just slowly getting into it. Like I'm really like, when I do something, I don't half-ass it. Like I have to like put my all into it, and until I'm like confident enough in my work, I won't like show anybody. But
and I think that's a good way to approach it too.
Yeah, because I can take my time. There's no rush. Like I don't need to like drop beats right now. Like for now, I'm gonna like keep focusing on my DJing, my mixes, all that, trying to get like more consistent gigs out here.
Yeah, actually making beats is on mine.
Yeah,
that was the next one that I was going to talk about. So what are the resources for anyone else out there who's interested? What do you kind of check out to learn about it?
Basically, like, I think like the best way for me to personally learn is watching other people do it. Like there's so many tutorials on YouTube. You can look up like how to make beats. I paid for a course. It was like a $600 course. I paid like $90 for it, and it's like a long course, and it has like step-by-step like instructions on like different things to do. But I just like felt like I was in school, and I don't like the feeling of being in school. I never enjoyed school. I was never like that in tune. Like I always did good in school, but I was just like, it's just not how I like to learn. I like to learn more hands-on.
Yeah.
So like back when I was in Boston, like my mentor, Amadizi, he's a producer and a DJ, and he like taught me the basics, and he made it look so fucking easy. Like literally like
that's how it goes.
It just looked so easy. I was like, oh, okay, I got it. Like I'm good. And then I like go to do it, and I'm just like, wait, like what?
Why doesn't this sound the same?
Doesn't sound the same, but you know, I think it's good to like really figure out what kind of sound you want to have, like some of the producers you fuck with, or like some of like your inspirations for music, because your inspiration can come from movies, like come from like people, like plants, like your inspiration can come from so many different things. And like I'm finding that a lot of my inspiration I want to be from like movies, like scary movies. I've always loved scary movies and like the way they make you feel. Like there's like different like frequencies that you can like tap into, like make people feel a certain way, you know? Like that's why like sometimes you'll just hear a song and off the rip you'll be like, whoa, like this is so good. And it's not always about the lyrics. Like I've always been like a beat person. Like a lot of the music I listen to, people will say, oh, that artist is trash. And I'm like, no, like, this shit's fire. Like, it's making me feel a certain type of way. Like, that's all that matters to me. Like, I'm more of a beat person. Like, not going to say I don't care about the lyrics at all, because that also matters, and the artist that's putting out the energy and whatnot. But, you know, like, the beats were always something that I was just so into, and I was like, I want to make my own beats. Like, you know, I've made some, like, little remixes of songs, so that's a little start to something, you know, like, learning how to put a song together and, like, build it. But I ended up getting Ableton, which, like, a lot of people recommended to me, but, you know, other people use, like, FL Studio, and, like, you can even start off on GarageBand if you have it on your computer, you know? And, yeah, I feel like just, like, all about practice. Like, you just got to keep going with it. Like, but, you know, don't be generic. Like, don't make beats that everybody else is already making. Like, people will put on YouTube, like, Playboy Cardi type beats or Gunna type beats. And it's like, where's your type beat? Like, damn, like, I just like originality. Like, there's so many people making beats already. Like, let's find people that are, like, actually, like, making something different.
Yeah,
like,
bring your sauce.
Really, bring your own little sauce to it. So, yeah, like, I'm taking my time for real.
That's such a good one. I hope we can both make a good beat by the end of the year. You know what
totally.
I mean? Like, something that's,
I'm
like,
sure we'll make multiple.
Like,
the thing is, I have to start saving them, because I'll start something and I'll be like, I'll literally throw it out.
Send your child.
Yep.
Throw your baby.
So
in the
bad.
dumpster. Yeah, it's progress. Progress is like, you gotta go through it.
100%.
Okay, I only have one left for my New Year's resolutions, and that is grow my TikTok to 30K followers.
Okay.
I think.
How many do you have right now?
500.
Oh, that's good. That's good for TikTok.
Yeah, let's go.
Hell yeah.
I've been working at it, but I think the key is just posting every day. And
yeah.
That's something that, you know, in all of social media, that's been very tough for me.
Yeah.
This idea of posting every day.
I know,
like,
it is tough.
I do a lot of, like, editing on my footage, but TikTok gives you the opportunity to just, like, do something fun and quick and, like, not really think too much about it. So it's like, I have no excuse not to just post something every day.
I should really get on it too. Even Reels.
Yeah, Reels. Well, I like just making a TikTok and then putting it up on Reels.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can put it on both.
Exactly.
One and done.
And I don't. Yeah, it's like you double your reaction for, like, the same amount of work. Did you have any more?
Yeah, I had a few more, but I'll just read, like.
Yeah.
I definitely want to DJ a Boiler Room set. So if Boiler Room, if you're watching this,
let's go.
Let's get it. I'll turn that shit up. And, like, I would even be down to have an artist perform, like, at one of the sets, because I've seen people do that. That's where DJing started. You know,
in the history of DJing, that's what it was. Is like the artist is just the hype man for the DJ.
Literally. So I think that would be dope. And I'll read one more, is to make 500K this year.
Okay.
500K, wow. Like, let's go. Like, it's a big goal,
That's
but,
big
like,
goal.
I don't think we can, like, make goals big enough. Like, I almost wrote 1 million because, like, we can't sell ourselves short. Like, you never know, like, what's gonna happen. Don't mind me saying, like, every 2 seconds, guys. I'm working on it.
Oh yeah, we're working on it.
But seriously, like, I just said it again. Dead. But just being in LA has really opened my eyes, because there's just so much opportunity, so many people willing to work together, so many talented people, and just opportunities everywhere. Like, I literally took pictures for LA Magazine on New Year's, and it's like,
no.
I'm not even a photographer, but they reached out to me because they liked my vlogs and, like, the way I captured shit. So, you know, like, that was a paid opportunity too. So it's really cool. And, like, you know, there's just so many. Yeah, we see this every day. We see artists getting signed. Like, we see, like, all the money people are flexing. Like, we just, like, it's reachable, and we have to like remember that, you know, we can't sell ourselves short and like not write down these big goals we have, because it could happen, especially if we're manifesting that to happen. We're gonna just push ourselves harder and make it happen. Like there's nothing stopping us, you know.
All right, did you have another one?
No, that's good.
Okay, you're good. Well, the last thing we were going to talk about was Bitcoin.
Oh, yes.
So you are pledging to get in the Bitcoin game. So just kind of talk about your relationship with Bitcoin and what you know so far and why you're interested.
So all I know is that basically the US dollar is going down, and there's other ways that we can actually make money without even like trying. Like just put in your money into something instead of having it in your savings account. Put it somewhere where it's going to get value added to it. So basically, like my friend was telling me about Coinbase the other day and how you can buy Bitcoin on there. And basically, it's not even connected to the government either. Like our banks and like the US dollar is connected to the government. They have nothing to do with that. So it's pretty cool, like that you can like trust something else to keep your money safe and also make money. And she was telling me how like everybody has their own like wallet number or something, like kind of a number to just show like, you know, this is you, this is how much you put into this, and other people can see this. But like your money's safe. Like you're not gonna like, you're gonna see if somebody took money from you.
Yeah,
like it's very safe in that way.
It's also anonymous, which people.
Anonymous, yeah. You don't put your name on it or anything. That's why you just have like a wallet number. It's like a bunch of numbers. That's just for you. But did you hear about that dude that had like billions of dollars in Bitcoin that he can't log into his account, and he has 2 more login attempts? And if he doesn't log in, he's going to lose those billions of dollars.
Yikes.
That shit's crazy.
That's
I
like
would be
a nightmare.
Hurting.
That's like a movie script for a nightmare. Like
that means he must have been doing this like since shit was like starting.
So the way Bitcoin works, right, is like you mine the Bitcoins and it takes computer processing power, but there's a limit on it, and it was created in a way that like mining it gets harder as you go. So OG Bitcoin was worth like cents, like very little, because it was like you could just have a computer like the one we're recording this on and get some. And so now you need like a farm of like computers to be able to mine Bitcoin. Wow. So people used to have it like casually. And like the more that people like buy Bitcoin, the more the value goes up. So if everybody just like starts buying Bitcoin, you know, like it's going to be worth so much, and everybody's going to eat, you know? Sure. And it's something that I always kind of like, even investing in stocks, like that's something that I always was kind of just like, I don't know shit about it. Like I have to do mad research to do that, but it's like, it's really not that difficult once you get the basics, and I'm looking forward to doing that. I actually have to do that like today, like get that started. You're pledging to start your account.
Yes, I'm gonna make next time we have a podcast, I'm gonna give an update.
Okay, sweet.
Podcast number 2.
I'm looking forward to it. All right,
and
go ahead.
Oh, actually, never mind. We'll save the guest.
Oh yeah,
we'll save it.
We're gonna have a.
But our guest actually knows a little bit about it too. Okay. She was explaining to me.
Okay, so continued Bitcoin conversation with a guest,
secret
guest, and that episode is coming soon. We already have everything planned out for it. So to wrap things up, we need to do the plugs on things, and definitely you have to plug your brand Dreams to Reality. That was the thing that popped into my head. Talk about that.
Yeah, so Dreams to Reality I started in 2018. I was promoting at a few clubs at that time, like this when I just graduated college, and I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do in life. And I hated the clubs in Boston, all playing the same music. It was just like not really something that I felt was bringing people together. There was more people that were like fighting at these clubs, and like girls giving me dirty looks, and like it just wasn't really a community. So I went to another event hosted by Doublecup, and they actually live out here right now, and they threw a dope-ass event. My homie Super Sport was DJing that. That was before we were even friends. And they had, like, it was at a big-ass loft. They had art. They had dope lighting. The people there were just all, like, so connected. And it was just a great vibe. And I was like, damn, I never really went to something like this in Boston before. And maybe it's because I wasn't from Boston. You know, I'm from a little north of Boston. So I was never really in the scene like that. But after going to that, I was really inspired to, like, start my own thing. And this is when I started DJing too. And I was like, damn, like, I don't think I'm going to be able to DJ, like, the type of music I want to spin at these clubs, because I'm very underground with my music, and I'm hearing top 40 music at all these clubs. So I was like, you know what? I was with my ex at the time. He made music, and he was like, let's, like, throw our own events. Like, we kind of just, like, came up with this idea, and we really just got into it. We started throwing small events at Dorchester Art Project. Shout out to them. They made it very affordable and easy for us to actually throw an event without investing a bunch of money that we didn't have. Like, you know, we didn't know the outcome that we were going to have for these events, but we wanted to bring together the community that we have in Boston. Like, there's so many talented people. At this time, like, I was going to more events and, like, meeting dope artists and different fashion designers, music artists, DJs. Like, I was meeting all these people, and I was like, I want all these people to meet each other and connect, and, like, you know, we got to make it out of Boston. So the only way to do that, not make it out of Boston, not everybody wants to leave Boston, of course, but make something out of Boston that we have all the resources, so we have to, like, take advantage. So, you know, I just put together, like, I had at least, like, 5 people performing at each event. I had, like, 5 to 10 vendors at each event, and different DJs. You know, I love, like, colorful lights, so I had to, like, set the vibe like that. And, you know, like, a lot of people, even when we were having smaller events, people really appreciated them. Like, you could just feel the love in the room. Like, there was just so much love and, like, support. And that is, like, really something that's hard to, like, come by in Boston, I feel like. You know, there's other people throwing events too, so shout out to them. But, you know, like, it's hard. Like, you can't really throw something at the Middle East if you don't have the budget for it. Or at House of Blues, all these big venues. Like, there's not many small venues that you can actually throw something without having, like, a huge following, having the money already. But, like, that shouldn't stop you, you know? Like, that shouldn't stop you from making something happen. And even coming to LA, like, I've realized, like, people say to me, like, you can throw something in LA if you threw something in Boston. Like, you know, everybody throws events out here. So I'm happy that I got that experience. The people I met some amazing people doing that. Some people that really genuinely appreciated it. And it made me keep doing it, because I wasn't making money at first. I was, like, breaking even, or I was losing money sometimes, you know, but I kept doing it because, like, people really appreciated it. And I saw how it really motivated other artists and designers to go harder. Like, I watched people, like, go harder with their passion because of my events. Like, after these events, like, I saw them, like, really grow more, and that just, like, made me feel good, you know? Like, one of the biggest things I want to do is, like, inspire people and motivate people, and, like, you know, we just need more of that. Like, less of people just flexing and, you know, showing that they got it, and more people, like, showing you that you can do it too, you know? So, yeah, like, the last event I threw was in 2019. October 2019 was the last one I threw, and that one was definitely one of my biggest events. Like, I actually made money off of it. Like, it was dope. But it is, like, stressful when you don't have a whole team doing it. Like, definitely stressful, and it's hard to find people that are down to just help and, like, believe in, like, the vision. So, I mean, that one I did have some help. I had 2 other people that helped me throw that event, and, like, we had, like, a door person and stuff like that. But I'm definitely looking forward to throwing something out here with D2R. Like, D2R means a lot to me. I even like wanted a record label kind of, but then I was like, nah, like I'm just gonna like throw events because I just really enjoy events and creating that vibe that everybody can connect, like bringing the right people together, you know?
That's so dope. I think there's always room to expand though. So it's like you never want to keep things too narrow, but 2021
for sure.
we're going for it.
For sure.
We're all the way going for it. That's dope.
How about you with Organized Sounds?
That's like such a dope story. Like, I don't even think I can like really like match that. Like, oh, I have that passion. I have very similar passion.
You do, and you brought people onto Organized Sound that never like I never got interviewed at the point where you interviewed me, like you know that was like that gassed me up. Like I felt so good to be part of that you really like cared about like what I do, you know, like some people like it's just it goes over their head like what you're doing, and like it feels good to be appreciated and know I'm like doing the right thing.
Yeah, and I think what I'm good at is just like seeking out well, I don't even know if that it's like a skill, but it's like I come across very young talented people doing really interesting things, and so it's like
that is a talent.
How can I amplify that? How can I you know, bring more attention to it and stuff? So that's kind of like what I try to aggregate on my platform. I think my platform is
you do a great job at that, for real.
And so I definitely want to continue that in LA because like it's the same situation as like there's just a lot of talented people doing interesting things, and you might not have heard about it yet. And I just want to put a spotlight on that. Exactly.
That's dope. I love that.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to plug. But Organized Sound on YouTube, I'm going to keep that going. I have a really cool interview coming out with Christian Royce, who's a Connecticut rapper that I really, really believe in. So keep a lookout for that. And we got more episodes of FREQ coming up, and this wraps up our first one.
Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks to whoever like listened to this whole thing too. Whoever really gives a fuck about what we got to say. Like we got real shit to say, and you know, like I'm really excited for this whole podcast, and I appreciate you for having me on this with you, like be part of this, because I wanted to find a way to like get myself out there, like my voice out there, my real self, other than vlogs and stuff, you know, just interacting
more.
What's the
YouTube channel called?
Tori Doublecup. I'm pretty much Tori Doublecup on everything, so
the vlogs are so good though. Like you need to go see the vlogs.
Thank you. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. We'll have another podcast out next week for y'all, and we'll have a full video too.
All that.
Yep.
All right, signing out. FREQ. Thanks for listening.
Take care.